Hey, what's going on, everyone? Jake Strico here, coming at you with a movie tag. Recently got movie tagged by Minus the Beard One. Thanks, bro, and shout outs to you. Um, Thanks for including me in this questionnaire type thing to connect with the blue community. So yeah, I'll get started with the questions. This one was actually a very difficult question to answer. I had to look through all my movies, and over the course of my life watching movies, I've encountered a lot of tearjerkers. I don't exactly remember what movies I've that hit me emotionally, but there's ones that hit me more than others. I'm not, you know, afraid to admit that, but the ones that are top on the top of my head and that I had in my collection. First up is The Fox and the Hound, the first one. Even to this day, hits me emotionally when I watch this movie. I just watched this maybe like a couple weeks ago, and just the point or the moment where I believe when they're all grown up, there's this point where Todd rescues Copper and his owner from a big bear, and there's a moment in that scene where he falls down the waterfall, and Copper realizes that they're still friends, after all these years, and he pretty much saves Todd from getting shot from his owner. Well, yeah, that was a pretty emotional scene, I would say. So yeah, The Fox and the Hound. Another movie is Warhorse. Warhorse, I think I would say throughout the movie it's very emotional, but at the very end of the movie where um, the the horse finds its owner, it's a really powerful scene. I think also the fact that the one of the buyers at the end was gonna pretty much buy the horse for his daughter or his granddaughter, um, but he ended up giving it back to the real owner who was trying to find his horse the whole movie pretty much. But yeah, War Horse. And the last one I could think of on the top of my head was My Dog Skip. Very emotional movie, brings you along the adventures with Frankie Muniz's character and the Jack Russell, his dog. Very emotional film, especially at the end. My favorite film, I actually again have a few. I don't like really narrowing it down to one because I just feel I'm gonna be complete bias. Like just picking one or the other. Um, but one in particular is Friday. Friday, one of my all-time favorite films. Hilarious film. Um, Something I can just rewatch over and over again. I think this answers another question on this sheet, but Friday, you can't go wrong. A timeless classic. If you haven't seen Friday, get on that. Ice Cube, Chris Tucker. I have a few up down here. Another film, one of my all-time favorites, is The Greatest Game Ever Played, based on a true story. I have a knack for enjoying films that are based on true stories, and this one in particular is one that kind of stood out. I know I know a lot of you guys aren't fans of Shia LaBeouf, but I think he's a phenomenal actor in my opinion, just when he's given the right roles. But The Greatest Game Ever Played, just a phenomenal movie. Uh, don't want to get too much detail, but based on a true story of Francis Ouimet. I think it was a 1920s golfer, and he pretty much plays a game against two of the greatest legends um, that were in the game at the time. But yeah, the greatest game ever played. Also, The Count of Monte Cristo, another great film. I like revenge films, and this one was just it hit the right spot. Just a story of betrayal and comeback, and it hits all those points. So if you haven't seen The Count of Monte Cristo, also get up on that. And last but not least, The Legend of Bagger Vance, starring Will Smith, Matt Damon, and Charlize Theron. This isn't based on a true story, but I think, in my opinion, is probably Will Smith's best performances, aside from The Pursuit of Happiness. But just another golf movie. Enjoy that 1920s, 30s, 40s type of um, esque movie. But yeah, The Legend of Bagger Vance. And I think it says your favorite edition. I actually should have gotten this before, but go get it. This is actually a no-brainer right here, but it's my ET spaceship. This actually lights up in the dark, or it's better seen in the dark, and actually plays music, and then ET pops out of the spaceship. But yeah, this is probably my favorite collector's edition set out of all my sets I have, and you can kind of see up on top other editions that I have. Um, I would say my runner-up will probably be the T2, T2 head. This one was also difficult. I was running through a bunch of different movies, but one in particular, I'm gonna bring this back old school for you guys. Um, but I'm surprised I still have this. It's actually Air Bud for VHS. You can tell it's really old. It's getting all faded yellow. But yeah, Air Bud was one I particularly liked. Just, dude, having a dog that can play basketball with you is just straight up cool right there. Straight up awesome. So Air Bud will be probably my best bud right here. Um, One in particular, one of my favorites is Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, starring Sidney Poitier, Spencer Tracy, and Katharine Hepburn. Just a classic movie. My all-time favorite, number one actor of all time, Sidney Poitier. Check this movie out. Based in the 1960s. Uh, so Sidney Poitier, he changed the film genre for a lot of African Americans in a lead role. So definitely check out Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, one of his finest films. Another movie a lot of people I see picking up at Best Buy's Upgrade and Save, or I don't know, this price or this Blu-ray movie is actually going around cheap for I think $5, but it's A Time to Kill. Um, Again, one of my all-time favorites. Got hooked on it a long time ago, probably right when it came out. Uh, but Sandra Bullock, Samuel Jackson, Matthew McConaughey, amazing cast. It has Kiefer Sutherland, Donald Sutherland, just a phenomenal cast. But definitely check this one out. A Time to Kill. Another one of my all-time favorites. It's an HBO. I wouldn't say it's an HBO classic, but it got featured on HBO, and it's Something the Lord Made, starring Alan Rickman and Mos Def. Alan Rickman, as you all know, Professor Snape from Harry Potter, and the legendary hip hop artist right here, Mos Def, based on a true story. Um, it's about a black African American lab technician, Vivian Thomas, who helps out Alfred Blaylock. It's based in the 1920s. He started off as a janitor, and he worked his way up and became just a phenomenal, legendary physician, I would say. But yeah, check this movie out, Something the Lord Made, if you get a chance. Another one, Paul Newman, a classic, The Hustler. They have a sequel to this. It's called The Color of Money with Tom Cruise. But this one, my all-time favorite Paul Newman film, The Hustler, stars Jackie Gleason from The Honeymooners. Pool junkie, a pool hustler, goes around challenging people, earning money, and then he runs into Jackie Gleason's character, Fats, Minnesota Fats, and he pretty much, I think it's like, I don't want to spoil it, but he it challenges them at the very end, catches them by surprise. And last but not least, uh, Akira Kurosawa is my all-time favorite director, as you all know, and my all-time favorite Akira Kurosawa film is High and Low, a Japanese thriller. I know a lot of you guys aren't really up to watching movies that have subtitles. I know Visual Expression pointed out one that he doesn't like. Really enjoy watching films with subtitles, but get up on this, man. High and Low. Definitely, you won't be disappointed. To me, that was pretty easy, and I had to go with 500 Days of Summer. Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I like his style. Always liked his style throughout his movies. Just a very clean, old school style. You know, it's something that you would find at Urban Outfitters or those type of stores. But I always liked that type of style growing up. But yeah, 500 Days of Summer. Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Showing this, and hands down Rudy. But I also want to pinpoint one that in particular, and it's Finding Forrester, starring Sean Connery. Just an amazing film about literature, a struggle from an African American kid. He's into like writing not I wouldn't say journalism, but just literature itself. And he's just a retired author. It's just an amazing film. They help each other out, build a friendship, a bond. He tutors them. So yeah, it's a very good film. Definitely highly recommend this one. Sean Connery, Finding Forrester. I'm going to kick it back to old school, and it's going to have to be Macaulay Culkin and Richie Rich. Um, I definitely think these movies need to come out on Blu-ray, all these old childhood classics, but Richie Rich was hands down one that a character I would like to live his life. You know, just money, popularity, just everything. So, Richie Rich. Again, it had to be Friday, but another two that I would recommend is Frequency with Dennis Quaid and Jim Caviezel. Something about this film, talking to your deceased dad over a frequency communication up in the sky. It's just a great idea for a movie, and Jim Caviezel and Dennis Quaid could not play these roles any perfect as they were in this film. So, Frequency. Another film is Samuel L. Jackson and Kevin Spacey in The Negotiator. I also think that this is kind of what brought me to like Samuel L. Jackson. One of his better roles in his career, probably the best, I would say. I wouldn't say the best, but it's up there. But The Negotiator, definitely a thriller, a great, great thriller. Keeps you on the edge of your seat. It's an entertaining movie the whole way. You never get bored watching this. It keeps you on the edge of your seat the whole movie. But yeah, The Negotiator. A lot of the basic stores, Walmart, Target, Best Buy. I I get most of my movies from Dimples. It's kind of like a used movies, CDs, books, record store. Also Fry's. I pick up a lot of movies from Fry's. Um, Amazon. Not too much on eBay. Trying to actually get into that eBay game because I know a lot of people are picking up cheap blues from eBay. I just go everywhere. Barnes Nobles, not too much, just for Criterions if they have sales, because a lot of their stuff is overpriced. But yeah, mainly Amazon, Fry's, and Dimples are where I pick up most of my movies. Kate Beckinsale in Underworld, she's sexy. You can't go wrong with Kate Beckinsale in Underworld. Also, another movie is Whiteout. Um, I think she looks really good in this movie. This one in particular, Pearl Harbor. But yeah, Kate Beckinsale is probably one I would be romantically involved with if I had a choice of any actress out there. I like Jessica Alba. I like Megan Good. Just a lot of those female actresses out there. But as far as characters go, I would go with Underworld. A lot of people like her character in Van Helsing. But yeah, those are my questions for the movie tag. So I'm going to tag 4 people. I'm going to tag an Angel Arevalo film. That's tag number 1. A great YouTuber. Go subscribe to him. Django Spider. I'm tagging you, bro. I know you probably already got tagged. I'm not too sure. I was looking through your videos and you didn't do a movie tag, so hopefully you didn't get tagged, but I'm pretty sure you did. Thai Guy Hunt 007. I'm tagging you, bro, too. A great YouTuber. I wouldn't say he's up and coming. He's got a pretty good collection. But this one's an up and coming YouTuber. I want to give him a shout out. His name is The Frediculous. Shout outs to you. Everyone go subscribe to him. He's an upcoming YouTuber. Has a great collection as well. So yeah, those are the 4 blue tubers I'm going to tag. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed watching and enjoying my answers, as well as liked answering them. So, Jake Rico signing out.